Adopting a dog. The secrets to a successful adoption. Tips to avoid disappointment. When you are planning to adopt a dog, there are some very important points to keep in mind to make sure that you are delighted with your new dog. They can mean the difference between regretting your decision and having a wonderful new friend whom you will enjoy and cherish. One mistake to avoid is buying a dog on the spur of the moment. You may see a dog in a pet shop or read an ad in the newspaper and decide that you absolutely must have that dog. A hasty decision in purchasing a new dog is never a good idea. Instead, you should read through this book. Learn all there is to know about the breed of dog you are thinking about, and decide if he will fit well into your life and your home. A second mistake is to underestimate the cost of a new dog. Whether you choose an expensive purebred or a mixed breed, buying a dog is far from being the only cost involved. Your dog will need food and other supplies, and visits to the veterinarian. As you want your dog to always be in the fine condition as when you first bought him, you need to know that you can afford his upkeep. Another factor in disappointment is trying to recreate a relationship you had with a dog in your childhood or youth. You may be tempted to think that all dogs of this particular breed are exactly the same. You can avoid disappointment by realizing that every dog is an individual just like people. Your new dog's personality and needs may be much different from the dog you had before, even if he is the same breed. You should also avoid getting a dog solely because a member of your family wants one, regardless of which person is actually in charge of the dog's daily upkeep and maintenance. When a dog lives with a family, he is a part of the family. Only if you know that he will be welcomed by everyone should you purchase him and bring him home. If you have never owned a dog before, your first dog can be a pleasure. It does mean, however, that you need to do your research well in advance of making your final decision. You must know what to expect and that you are ready to become a dog owner. Adopting a new dog can be a great experience. Owning a dog can greatly enhance your life. When you do some research and apply common sense, you are taking the first step toward acquiring and enjoying a brand new friend. Comparing breeds. When you think about comparing breeds of dogs, their size and appearance may be the first things to come to mind. There are many other factors involved in choosing the breed of dog that is right for you. Comparing breeds involves considering your and your family's needs, as well as your prospective pets. For example, some breeds are generally good with small children, while others are not. If there are children in your household, choosing a breed of dog which is known for gentleness and playfulness is wiser than choosing one that is tougher or aloof. It is much better to make a wise decision about a breed than to expect your new dog to conform to your household. As breeds of dogs have their own personality traits and characteristics, you should choose the best match for yourself and your family. You may be thinking of a pet who will be a good guard dog, one that will be your companion, or one who loves to frolic and play. When you make note of your expectations, it will be easier to find the breed best matched to you. Another important point to consider when comparing breeds are health issues, as many purebreds are much more susceptible to developing various types of health problems. Knowing which issues pertain to the breed you are considering can help you to avoid heartache and costly veterinarian expenses. You should know what to expect from the particular breed before you make your final decision. Some breeds require more upkeep than others. Whether it is a matter of frequent shedding or bathing more regularly than others, you can narrow your choices down to the breeds which best match your ability to take care of a new dog. It is also a good idea to consider how much food and other supplies he will need on a regular basis. When you have taken all of these points into consideration, there is an additional factor which will also help you to choose the breed that is best for you. You want a dog that you will love and enjoy spending time with for many years to come. You may have a particular breed in mind, or you may be waiting to find the right one. When you keep in mind that you and your new dog will establish a mutually beneficial relationship, you will find the ideal breed of dog to invite into your life. Considering a mixed breed, whether you have your heart set on a particular breed of dog or are waiting to find one which seems appealing, there is another option for you to consider. A mixed breed may be exactly the kind of dog you want. Contrary to common opinion, there is nothing substandard about mixed breed dogs. Not only do they make ideal pets, they are also quality animals. If you have not yet made up your mind about a specific breed or are open to other possibilities, you might want to think about adopting a mixed breed dog. There are some important benefits to mixed breeds. First, logically, a mixed breed dog will almost always be much less expensive than its purebred counterpart. If you want a delightful pet which does not break your budget, a mixed breed dog may be a good option for you. Second, mixed breed dogs do not generally have the health complications often associated with many purebred dogs. If you choose a mixed breed, it is more likely that he will remain healthier long into his older years. There are a number of places where you can acquire a mixed breed dog. If you have not yet reached a decision about the kind of dog you want, you can also look around to see what is available. You can find advertisements for mixed breed dogs in nearly any newspaper, or you can visit your local animal shelter. Many people advertise dogs free of charge or at low prices when they are moving, or for other reasons. Animal shelters have a surplus of mixed breed dogs. Many animal shelters include spaying or neutering, deworming, and canine immunizations for dogs who are adopted. As people tend to prefer purebred dogs, there are large numbers of mixed breed dogs who need homes. When you consider adopting a mixed breed dog, you can give a wonderful dog a new home of his own. In return, your mixed breed pet will be the light of your life and a source of joy. Being reasonable. A successful adoption means being reasonable about your own expectations and about what you can offer to your new pet. You will have the best results if you consider these expectations before you make your final decision about adopting a dog. First, you should think about what you expect from the dog you want to adopt. The role he will play in your life is one factor. Are you looking for a dog who will guard your home and family, one who will be your buddy, or a dog who will get along well with your children and other pets in your home? When you have the answers to these kinds of questions, it will help you to decide on the dog that is best for you. You also need to know the expectations you have regarding your new pet's personality, temperament, and character. You may be looking for a dog who has a boisterous personality and is very active, or a dog who is calm and quiet. These factors also influence the kind of dog you should adopt. As expectations are a two-way street, you also need to think about what you can offer to your new pet. You may have an abundance of free time to spend with your dog, or a busy schedule where the amount of time you can devote to your dog will be rather limited. Although all dogs need their owner's time, some are more demanding than others. This includes playtime and time which you must put into your dog's upkeep. The dog you choose should fit into your lifestyle without many adjustments on either his part or yours. The lifestyle factor is relevant to your family. Also, which person will be taking care of the dog on a regular basis is one example. Whether he will be a family dog or primarily one person's special pet, the responsibilities for his care should be discussed and agreed upon before you adopt him. In some families, giving a new pet to a child is often seen as a good way for youngsters to learn about responsibility. However, whether your child is a toddler or a teen, it is probably unwise to give him full responsibility for his new pet. Although developing a sense of responsibility and developing a relationship with a dog can both be good experiences for children, too much emphasis on responsibility may lead to him resenting his dog and not taking proper care of him. It is important to be reasonable with how much you can expect from the child. If your family frequently takes family vacations, or if you often go away on business trips, these factors need to be considered. Whether you plan to take your dog with you on vacation or must leave him behind when you travel, making decisions in advance about how he will fit into your lifestyle can save time, confusion, and even money later on. The financial obligations of a dog are important factors. Veterinarian bills, dog food, and other routine parts of dog maintenance should be thought through well in advance of adopting a dog. The upkeep and maintenance of some dogs is more costly than that of others. You must know that you can easily afford him. You would not want a high-maintenance dog if you are on a limited budget, nor would you want unforeseen expenses after you have adopted him and brought him home. A successful adoption includes being reasonable about your expectations. You need to know what you expect from him and what he can reasonably expect from you. When you put a little time into thinking about these factors before you adopt a dog, you will be more likely to be completely satisfied with the dog you choose. If your new pet will be living with your entire family, devoting some time into discussing these subjects with your family will be beneficial to everyone concerned. It will reduce the chance of unforeseen surprises and result in the adoption being a positive experience for your new pet and every member of your household. He will truly be a welcome addition to your family. Networking with others. You may not have thought of networking as being an important part of adopting a dog. There are a number of reasons why networking can make the adoption more successful. It can help you in choosing the right dog and enhance the experience of being a dog owner. Before you actually adopt a dog, you can learn a lot about the breed by networking with people who already own one. While there are many good ways to learn about dogs, nothing beats the first-hand experience of a dog owner. You can network with owners, either in person or online, and get very positive results. Most dog owners will love to share information with you, as well as personal stories about life with their pet. You can gain a wealth of valuable information and input from dog owners, and you may even make some new friends. Networking is also good after you have adopted your new dog and taken him home. In many instances, the best place to get advice and the answers to questions is from people who have owned a dog for a long time. They can be the ideal source of information, as well as friendships based on your common interest. No matter what kind of dog you are considering, it is likely that you can find online forums and clubs devoted to your particular breed of dog and their owners. In some regions, you may even be able to find clubs in person not far from where you live. In addition to these informal ways of networking, you may also be interested in the American Kennel Club or a similar organization. The American Kennel Club is the perfect source for everything you need to know about your breed of dog. They also provide listings of clubs for specific breeds, listings of breeders, and much more. Regardless of the breed you have chosen, the American Kennel Club is your best source of both information and opportunities for networking. Whether you have already adopted a dog or are still considering all of the possibilities, the first-hand information you receive by networking with other dog owners will be beyond compare. It should definitely be in your plans when you are adopting a new pet. Getting the facts, researching your breed. The more you know about the dog you adopt, the happier you will be about your decision. Getting the facts by researching the breed you have chosen is an essential step in being satisfied with your new pet. There are some key points which you should look for when you are researching a breed. If you have decided to adopt a purebred dog, you may have much or little interest in his pedigree. However, even if you do not consider it to be an important factor, you should still gain all of the information. You can request a copy of the dog's pedigree papers, which should include all of the details about his parentage and bloodline. As many breeders of purebred dogs own the parents of the puppies they have for sale, visiting your new dog's parents can be a positive experience. It is a good idea to be wary of breeders or individual dog owners who state that their dog is a purebred but do not have papers as proof of this. While they may be completely honest, the possibility that they are not is something to keep in mind before you agree to adopt the dog. When you are researching the breed you have chosen, the main points are to help you in deciding if this is the right breed for you and what to expect from owning your new pet. You can research on the internet by talking to owners and breeders and by visiting the section about dogs in your local library. Learning about the history of your breed can be an enlightening experience. Whether you have interest in such factors as where the breed originated or not, there is valuable information to be found in the breed's history. One example is the breed that has been bred for a specific purpose. Not only will you find this interesting, it will also help you to understand your dog's temperament, attitude, and personality. What can you find in the history of a breed? The facts you come up with may be astounding. The dog you adopt may be the descendant of dogs owned by royalty, dogs which were primarily used as work animals, or dogs which were chosen as guardians of their masters. The more you know about where your breed came from, the more you will understand how the pet you choose fits into your life today. Researching a breed includes learning about the standards for this particular breed. Even if you are thinking no further than gaining a good companion, you may want the very best example of your breed. A little research will provide information on the factors which constitute top standards in color and markings, size, body tone, and other physical characteristics. The highest quality dog will meet these standards. As you have already read in brief, purebred dogs can come with a variety of health issues. Before you adopt a purebred, researching the health issues commonly associated with your breed can help you to decide if you want to take this risk and to be prepared in advance. You need to know whether your breed is prone to developing health conditions from bone problems to cancer, and how you will deal with such conditions if they do occur. If these concerns do not deter you from adopting the breed of your choice, you may wish to check into purchasing health insurance for your pet when you adopt him. You will then be better prepared for both the financial and the emotional aspects of health problems, and your dog will have a better chance for a longer lifespan. You want the experience of owning a dog to be positive for both yourself and your new pet. When you do a little research ahead of time, the experience can be a good one indeed. You can gain a better understanding of your dog before he becomes a part of your family. When you have all of this important knowledge in advance, you can focus on enjoying many years together with your new pet. Getting to know your dog. No matter how much time you put into learning about the breed you have chosen, there is an additional point which you should consider. While there are many factors common to a particular breed, each dog is still an individual. You can gain a fair amount of understanding of what the breed is like, but getting to know your own dog means going a little further. The best way to get to know your dog is with in-person visits before you make your final decision to adopt him. If the breeder you have chosen lives fairly close to you, or if you are able to travel, the time you put into this will be invaluable. When you can meet, visit, and spend time with a dog, you will be able to determine if he is the right fit for you. Spending just a small amount of time in your dog's company will help you to see what his personality and behavior are like. You may find that you and he are a good match immediately, that you grow to adore each other, or that there are clashes which prod you to decide that this is not the right dog for you. If you have the opportunity to do so, meeting and spending time with the dog before you adopt will be very beneficial to you both. You may be considering a breeder who lives too far away to visit in person. In this situation, spending time with your dog before you adopt him may not be possible. You will have to rely on the breeder to supply the information you need. Although dog breeders are busy, a good breeder will be more than willing to communicate with you and answer all of your questions. His goal is not only to find a good home for his dog, but to have a satisfied customer as well. Asking questions about the dog's habits and lifestyle helps you to see whether he is a good match for you. One example is to ask whether the dog has been raised in his breeder's home, outdoors, or in a kennel. This will let you know what kind of everyday environment the dog is familiar with, and whether the environment you plan for him is similar or different. Another question to ask the breeder is how the dog interacts with people and other pets. A dog who has been taken care of in his breeder's home may be used to being around children, adults, and other animals, while the dog who has been outdoors or in a kennel may not. The purpose of knowing these facts in advance is to help you in deciding whether the dog you are thinking about can easily adjust to your home situation, or whether it may produce undue difficulties. The breeder should also be willing to discuss the dog's habits with you. You may be planning to adopt a puppy or an adult dog. Each of these age groups or stages come with assets and special concerns. For example, while a puppy can be expected to have accidents on the floor, the adult-aged dog should be completely trained. On the other hand, an adult-aged dog is already impacted by years of experiences, which can affect his attitude and behavior, while a small puppy is waiting for experiences to shape his attitudes, behavior, and personality. You want to know what your dog is really like before you bring him home. If there are negative aspects to your dog's behavior and habits, knowing about them in advance helps you to prepare to cope with them. You may decide that this is the dog you have been looking for, or you could change your mind and continue your search elsewhere. Either way, the best time to learn about your dog is before you actually adopt him. If you are able to make a choice, it is better to choose a breeder and dog whom you can meet prior to adopting. While it is possible to gain a great deal of information over the phone, through letters, or by communicating over the internet with the breeder, it is no match for spending time with your prospective new pet in person. This will give you the opportunity to see him in the environment he is familiar with, watch how he interacts with people, and observe him at play. Whichever method is appropriate for your situation, the most essential point to keep in mind is to learn as much as you can about the dog you want to adopt before you agree to purchase him. It can help you to avoid making the mistake of getting a dog that is all wrong for you, and make the chances very good that you will find the dog who is the perfect match for you. Preparing your home and family for your new dog. In the best of circumstances, every member of your family is as thrilled about the prospect of a new pet joining the household as you are. However, in order to make this great event as thrilling as it can be, it does require some advance preparation. Preparing your home for your pet's grand entrance can be an adventure in itself. You want to be sure that your home is safe and comfortable for your new dog, as well as reducing the risk of damage to your home from your new canine family member. Neither of these aspects of pet ownership are difficult, but they do take some time, effort, and sensibility. A good way to begin preparing your home is similar to readying it for a small child. Starting on the floor and working upward, check for anything which could potentially harm your pet or which he could damage. If you have numerous appliance cords or electrical wires that he could chew, they should be moved to where he cannot reach them or made inaccessible. If you have objects which could be easily broken or shattered, these too should be moved to where your dog cannot reach them. These precautions need to apply to every room in your home where your dog will be spending his time. Children need to be cautioned to not leave their toys and other personal items where the dog can get a hold of them. This is to ensure that their property will not be destroyed, as well as your new pet not being harmed by chewing up or swallowing objects. Puppies and adult dogs alike can choke on foreign objects, and many have the tendency to chew on anything that is available. When you are preparing your home for the dog you are adopting, it is a good idea to focus on a special area just for him. A new pet will feel at home much quicker if he knows where everything of his own is located. His food and water dishes, toys, and paper, if he is to be paper trained, are best placed in one specific location and left there. He will soon learn that these items belong to him and where he can always find them. This basic sense of routine will give your new dog comfort and stability, even during his first days in your home. Preparing your family for the dog you are adopting can also be exciting. When every member of your family is included, your new dog will be well received as a new member of the family. It is a good idea to give children plenty of advance preparation for the dog. While information about what to expect, what the dog will be like, and other tidbits of interest will increase your children's anticipation, they also need to be filled in on the proper care and treatment of the dog before he moves into your home. Small children, especially, must be instructed on such factors as not being overly boisterous around the new dog, to not pull his tail, and to be gentle with him. This is for the safety of the children as well as for the dog. If your children are old enough, giving them a small amount of responsibility for the dog's everyday care can also be beneficial. They will know they are contributing something worthwhile to their pet's upkeep. Something as basic as filling the dog's food bowl, even with your supervision, increases children's enjoyment of owning a pet. Determining in advance and discussing with the whole family who will be responsible for the majority of the dog's daily care and maintenance can prevent forgetfulness and arguments later on. Perhaps each member of the family can be assigned a task, or perhaps you choose to deal with most of it yourself. Whichever arrangement is best for your family, making the decisions ahead of time is preferable. When should you begin preparing your home and family for the new dog? The sooner the better is a good way to look at it. This way, you will not risk being caught off guard from forgetting something important about readying your home, nor the problems which could occur from having a new pet move in before your family is ready for him. In contrast, the better prepared you are for the new arrival, the more exciting the entire experience will be for everyone in your family. They will be ready to greet him, help him to feel at home, and enjoy every minute of dog ownership. Purchasing your dog's supplies. There is much more to having a dog live in your home than dog food and toys. Thinking about the supplies he will need well in advance of bringing him home assures you of a smooth transition from living without a dog to having one feel completely at home with you. While the breed of dog you are adopting is relevant to the supplies he will need, you can start with the basics and adjust them to whatever is appropriate for your breed. Food and water dishes are available in 3 basic styles. These include individual dishes, connected dishes, and dishes which hold and dispense the products. You can decide which style is more convenient for you. Dogs usually fare better if they are consistently given one kind of dog food. In addition to dry, canned, and dog food which requires adding water, there are plenty of different kinds on the market. From all-natural dog food without any artificial ingredients, to dog food with extra vitamins, to dog food specially made for a dog's age and development, you can feel quite overwhelmed when trying to choose the right one for your new pet. Even if you have owned dogs in the past, it is a good idea to ask your veterinarian to recommend the most appropriate dog food for your new dog. Grooming supplies also belong on your list of items to purchase before you bring your pet home. While the specific supplies you purchase depend on the kind of dog you are adopting, most dogs do require some amount of maintenance. A brush that is just for him, non-toxic shampoo made specially for dogs or puppies, and his own bath towel are the basics. Your dog may benefit from health aids, such as vitamin supplements. They can help even the healthiest pet to stay at his best. You can ask your veterinarian or the breeder about the specific type of supplements he should have. They may advise you to feed him vitamin-fortified dog food or separate supplements. Of course, your new pet needs toys. Not only will toys give him the chance to play and have fun, it can also decrease his desire to chew on your personal possessions and furniture. If you get him some toys that he can play with by himself, as well as toys to use during his playtime with you, he will be happier and not so destructive. When you are choosing toys for your new dog, there are 2 points to keep in mind. First, choose toys that are appropriate to your dog's size, breed, and age. For example, a toy that is suitable for a large dog is useless to a puppy. Second, while toys which are made specifically for dogs are non-toxic and unbreakable, checking to be sure before buying them can prevent disaster. Avoiding toys made of wood which can splinter, anything that could shatter or break, and toys with small parts or paint is absolutely essential. Dog treats are an excellent addition to your supply list. Whether you plan to train your new dog for a specific purpose or only want him to have a little something extra, your dog will love his treats. You can find healthy dog treats made with your pet's size and age in mind. Many dog owners find rawhide products useful. One benefit to rawhide is that it is good for your pet's teeth. Another benefit is rawhide will cater to your dog's natural tendency to chew, so he will not be using your shoes or other personal items for this purpose. Rawhide products come in many different sizes and styles. Selecting the rawhide products suited to your dog's size and breed is the best way to ensure that he gets all of the benefits from these chewing products. When you are preparing your list of supplies, you need to decide whether your dog will use a dog bed or whether you prefer other arrangements. Some dogs take to dog beds immediately, while others do not like them at all. If you want him to use a dog bed, it is important to choose the right size and material. This will make him more comfortable, as well as result in your dog being more likely to use it. However, while his comfort is essential, the bed you choose should also be easy to clean and virtually indestructible. The better condition his bed is in, the happier he will be to sleep in it. It is also much healthier for him, as it is unwise to allow any dog to roam freely outdoors. You should plan on taking your dog for walks on a regular basis. This assures him of getting enough exercise, as well as developing a positive relationship with you. The leash and collar or harness must be appropriate to his size and age. He needs to be restrained during his walks without discomfort, as these products are available in a variety of sizes, weights, and materials. Be sure to have your pet's size and age in mind when you purchase them. Purchasing supplies for your new pet is not difficult, and does not need to be expensive. When you write out your list ahead of time, you can do some comparison shopping for good values. Having all of the supplies at home before your dog arrives is the best way to ensure his comfort, health, and happiness right from the start. Where are the breeders? There are many reasons why it is necessary to do some research and comparisons before choosing a breeder. You should never agree to do business with the first breeder you find. Adopting the dog that is right for you means putting a little time and effort into finding the right breeder. First, some breeders are simply not as good as others. You will even find those who breed dogs for a living who are not up to par. They do not take proper care of their dogs and can be less than honest about health problems or other issues. You want a breeder who takes excellent care of his dogs, provides for their needs, and truly loves the dogs he owns and sells. This is another benefit to meeting and visiting with your breeder in advance. When a breeder loves and takes care of his dogs, it is obvious immediately. Second, doing business with the first breeder you find can be a mistake financially. If you do not do some comparison shopping first, you may be unaware of how much the dogs usually cost. At its worst, a disreputable breeder can take advantage of this and try to charge you much more for the dog. You could end up paying significantly more for your new pet than you should. There are two preferred methods of finding breeders. One is by getting recommendations from other dog owners who were satisfied with their experiences and have adopted quality pets. This is one subject where networking will benefit you. If you do not know anyone personally who has purchased a dog from a breeder, you can receive input and good advice from owners on online forums and dog clubs. The other method of finding a breeder is through the American Kennel Club. The American Kennel Club has an ongoing, updated list of breeders for virtually any breed of dog you are interested in adopting. After you have found breeders, doing some comparison shopping will help you to find the best dog and the best value, even if someone has been personally recommended to you or appears on the American Kennel Club's listings. Comparing a number of breeders will give you the results you want. Comparing breeders means preparing your questions and receiving courteous, direct, honest answers. While the cost of the dog is a priority, it is far from being the only topic to address. There are other factors which go into a successful adoption. A good breeder will not hesitate in answering any and all of your questions. The breeder should be willing to fill you in completely about his work. This includes such factors as how long he has been breeding this particular kind of dog, both the positive and negative experiences he has had, and whether it is his full-time job or a hobby. If he has been breeding dogs for a long period of time and demonstrates that it has been a good experience, you are more likely to get a dog that has been well taken care of by this person. The breeder should also be very knowledgeable about the breed and willing to share this information with you. From special personality quirks associated with the dogs to potential health concerns, he will want you to know everything about the kind of dog you are adopting. Not only is this helpful to you, it also shows that he is experienced with the breed. If you have chosen a breed which is generally used for a specific purpose, you may be adopting a dog with this purpose in mind, or you may not. For example, you may have your heart set on a beautiful hunting dog only because you love this kind of dog, but without any intention of using him for hunting. You may want a breed that is primarily used as a show dog, but want him for a family pet instead. The breeder who deals with these kinds of dogs should take your wishes into consideration. Some breeders will not sell their dogs to prospective owners who want them for a different reason. It is important to be upfront with the breeder regarding the role you intend to have for your new dog. If your plan for your dog is appropriate, it should not stand in the way of an adoption. On the other hand, if a breeder is firm about only selling his dogs for a specific purpose, you might want to consider looking for a different breeder. A good breeder is also willing to communicate with you after the adoption. This shows that his interest does not stop at making a sale. He wants to know that both his customer and the dog are happy, comfortable with the new arrangement, and completely satisfied with the adoption. When these factors are clear in your initial interactions with the breeder, it is a good sign that you have found the right one. For all of these reasons, you should never settle for the first breeder you find. You will have a successful adoption when you do some comparisons first. The breeder will be happy to know his dog has a good home, and you and your new pet will both be prepared for a new life together. Is your dog in good condition? A successful adoption means adopting a dog that is in excellent condition. It is essential for his health, comfort, and relationship with his new owner. Asking the breeder for a health certificate is a good start. You also need to know what the health certificate covers. At its best, the dog should have been checked by a veterinarian to ensure his overall good health. He should be free of any illnesses and health conditions. The dog you adopt needs to have the range of immunizations appropriate to his age. The deworming treatment suitable for his age must be done before you adopt him. All of these factors go into adopting a dog that is in ideal condition. A good breeder will also provide a written guarantee of the dog's health and condition when you decide to adopt. Depending upon the particular breeder, this can include an agreement to refund your money or exchange the dog for a different one. These guarantees are usually valid for a specific length of time. Even if the breeder has given you a health certificate, it is still a good idea to have your new dog checked by your own veterinarian. There are two important reasons for this. First, it will provide you with the peace of mind of knowing that your new pet is completely healthy. Second, it will help you to develop a relationship with the veterinarian. Choosing a good veterinarian must be on your list of things to do when preparing to adopt a dog. If you do not already have one, you need to find the one who is best suited to you and your new pet. A good veterinarian will not object to you touring his facilities and will be glad to answer your questions. As you and your veterinarian will be in each other's lives for your pet's sake, a good rapport is not only useful, but essential. As you probably chose a family doctor by selecting the one you were comfortable with, the same is true when choosing a veterinarian for your dog. Interacting with you in a polite, professional manner is a positive sign. Understanding that you have many questions and is willing to take the time to answer them is another. If you have the opportunity to observe the veterinarian and his staff with other animals, it can be very helpful. You can see how they treat the animals and how they interact with them. The veterinarian and his staff, who routinely show kindness and true concern for their patients, are the ones you can trust with your new dog. The veterinarian or staff who shows impatience or other lack of interest should be avoided. The veterinarian you choose should either be available for emergencies or provide you with the information on another veterinarian to contact. While few are on call around the clock, you need to know what to do if an emergency occurs after hours, on weekends, or holidays. Your veterinarian should provide you with all of the details you need for your dog's ongoing good health. This includes letting you know when your pet needs to have his immunizations updated, the best way to deal with any health concerns, and how to avoid unnecessary health problems. The veterinarian who shows a sincere interest in your dog is the best choice. While your dog's physical health and condition make for a successful adoption, his psychological condition is equally relevant. Although a good breeder keeps his dogs psychologically fit, your new dog may come with attitudes or behavioral problems that you had not considered when you adopted him. This is another reason why visiting your dog before you adopt him is a good idea, if it is possible. If not, you may need to rely on the breeder for complete honesty about these issues. Even a dog who has been treated well and taken care of properly by his breeder can be difficult. He may be moody, aggressive, aloof, or even depressed. Adopting him and bringing him into a new environment can increase these kinds of problems. When you know about them in advance, it can help you to take his special needs into consideration. You might decide to adopt a different dog entirely, or make adjustments for your new dog to fit better into your home and be more comfortable. The physical and psychological condition of your new dog can mean the difference between a successful adoption and heartache. You want the best dog you can find, and to be assured that all reasonable precautions have been taken for him to have a long, healthy, happy life. The small amount of time which you invest in being sure he is in good condition will benefit both your dog and yourself for many years to come. Life with your new friend will be the wonderful experience you are looking forward to. Your dog is a long-term investment. When you research the breed of dog you have chosen, you may have been surprised to find it to have a long life expectancy. This is one reason why adopting a dog must never be done on a whim or without careful planning. Your dog is a long-term investment with proper care. He will be a part of your life long into the future. The more you plan for this, the better the experience will be for your new dog and for yourself. The word investment may bring to mind financial concerns. While this is far from being the only factor, it is certainly one to think about. Knowing that you are ready for a long-term financial investment is a basic part of adopting a dog. You must consider his day-to-day upkeep, his routine health care, and whether you are prepared for any illnesses or injuries which may occur unexpectedly. Although dog food and routine veterinarian visits can add up, preparing for the unexpected by purchasing health insurance for your dog is a good investment. You will not need to worry about a sudden illness or accident causing veterinarian bills that you cannot afford, or risk neglecting his health because health care is too expensive. The long-term investment of a new dog also involves your time. Too many people adopt dogs only to be disappointed when they realize that they do not have enough time for their new pets. The busiest schedules can accommodate a dog if you plan for his needs in advance. One example is the dog who requires a significant amount of time and attention. This may be a puppy and elderly dog, or a breed which is naturally more demanding than others. You need to know in advance that you can devote enough time to your pet before you bring him home. You also need to decide that giving your time and your attention to the dog will be a positive experience and a pleasure. No one should feel burdened by their pets, as this makes dog ownership negative and stressful for both the owner and the dog. If your busy schedule includes long work hours or travel, it is necessary to consider how to deal with this before you adopt. The dog who does not receive enough of his owner's time and attention is not getting what he deserves. He can become difficult and his health may suffer. The busy person who wants to adopt must consider the amount of time he can regularly offer to his new pet, and decide if he needs to ask another family member or friend for assistance with the dog when he cannot be present himself. A dog can feel neglected even if all of his material needs are provided for, when he does not receive enough time and attention. Adopting a new dog is also an investment of yourself. When it comes to investing your love, friendship, and companionship, what you can give will show in its results. The best way to ensure a successful adoption is for you and your entire family to be delighted with the prospect of adding a new member to your household. and being consistent with these feelings for as long as your dog lives with you. The dog that is loved and cherished is the dog that is happiest and content. When you demonstrate joy and good spirits interacting with your pet, it will never go unnoticed. The friendship you extend to him every day will be well received and given to you in return. Regardless of a dog's age or breed, the dog who is loved by his owner is 100% aware of it. The bottom line in making the long-term investment of adopting a dog is you need to think beyond today. If you have any doubts about your ability to provide for and take care of him for many years to come, now is the time to reassess your decision to adopt. Equally important, if you have any doubts about whether your desire to have a dog may change in the coming years, please do not be too hasty to adopt one. Not only is giving up a dog who has lived with his owner a while a heartbreaking experience for the owner, it is heartbreaking to the dog as well. It does not take long for a new pet to come to love his owner, so be sure you will not change your mind. After you have taken the factors of this long-term investment into consideration, you have a basic idea of what owning a dog will involve. When you have made the decision to invest years of your life and yourself in a new pet, you are ready to embark on the amazing experience of owning a dog. It will not be long before you begin to receive all of the rewards of sharing your life with a canine friend. Bringing your new dog home, you now know all you need to know to make adopting a dog a success. You have found the dog you want and are anxious to bring him home. This is surely one of the most exciting days in your life. However, every grand event is not without some degree of apprehension. You may be wondering if you are ready for this responsibility. You may be worrying that your family is not prepared. You don't want these kinds of worries and concerns to spoil your dog's homecoming or get in the way of your first hours and days together. After all, you have been looking forward to this day ever since you first started thinking about adopting a new dog. The good news is you can leave your worries behind. You are prepared and ready for the new member of your household. All you need to do is make a few spot checks, and you will be glad of your decision to adopt. If you are the dog's sole owner, preparing some special time just for him will benefit you both. It is a good idea to bring your dog home on a weekend or during a vacation, when work and other obligations will not distract from time with your new pet. The more one-on-one time you can devote to him during his first days at home, the better it will be for him. When it is clear to your new dog that you are glad you chose him, it will benefit you both from the very start. A calm, quiet atmosphere is best for greeting a new dog and helping him to feel safe and comfortable. Loud or consistent noises, a flurry of activity, and other distractions should be avoided as much as possible. He will know that he is moving into a peaceful, good environment. Whether your new dog will have access to your entire home or not, taking him to his own personal area as soon as possible is a good start. He needs to become familiar with and acquainted with his food and water dishes, his toys, and his bed. When he immediately learns where his special possessions are located, this is the first step in making him feel at home. If there are other members of your household, acquainting them with your new dog can be an exhilarating experience for everyone concerned. It is generally best to introduce your pet to people one at a time. This will help him to not feel overwhelmed, as well as giving him the chance to get to know each individual person. He will soon begin to accept everyone as his new family. Children in your household must be instructed on how to make your dog's first days at home stress-free, comfortable, and fun. It may not be a good idea to leave small children alone with the dog until they are familiar with each other. Instead, you can supervise and observe how they interact. Children of all ages need to be reminded to not be rambunctious or make loud noises around the new dog. Even if the dog is to become their playmate, They should be gentle, careful, and quiet during his first days at home. This will help to prevent him from being afraid of the children and set the foundation for a good relationship between the children and your dog. A quick spot check to be sure you have all of his supplies on hand and ready for him will ensure that you did not forget anything. Similar to being ready for a new human member of the family. When you know you are completely prepared for his arrival, it can be the spectacular event you have been waiting for. You and every member of your family can go from worry-free anticipation to having a happy, comfortable new addition to your household. Whether you have put a couple of weeks or many months into everything it takes for a successful adoption, the day you bring him home will only reinforce your decision to adopt a new dog. Once he enters your home and realizes that it is now his home, you have a friend and companion to cherish for the rest of his life. Enjoying your new dog. Enjoying your new dog should come easily, and with a few tips in mind, it certainly can. Owning a dog is an adventure which you, your family, and your pet will benefit from in many ways. If you have prepared, it is a decision you will never regret. Enjoying your dog and gaining the most from the experience of dog ownership includes developing a strong bond between yourself and your new pet. The time and attention you give to him during his earliest days in your home is the foundation for this bond. Your new pet needs to know that you are glad he is with you, that you appreciate him, and that you love him. Talking with your dog when you spend time with him assists in forming this solid bond. While he may not yet understand what you are saying, the time you take to communicate and the manner in which you communicate mean more to your new pet than you may realize. A gentle, steady tone of voice will give him the message that you are someone he can count on and trust. It will help him to develop confidence in you from the beginning. While it is important to be sure you tend to his daily upkeep and maintenance, having fun with your new dog is a very large part of ownership. From quiet times you spend together to playtime, his need for healthy exercise goes hand in hand with knowing you truly enjoy his company. Whether others in your family share in the responsibility for his upkeep or not, playtime is one aspect of dog ownership where everyone will surely agree. The bond you form and develop with your new dog will be with you both for years or even decades. It is one of the best parts of having a dog in your life. You have a great new friend who appreciates you in return. The dog you have adopted is a special part of your life to always love and treasure.